So one of the tricks about homesteading is efficiency, because we don't have, well, I didn't have like a lot of financial resources, so I need to be as efficient with everything that I have as I can. And so whenever I get a machine, like a little excavator, rent one for a couple days, I go through and I've got these piles here where I know that there's a lot of rock in the soil, and so I scratch off all the surface and I kind of dig them back and I spread it all out. So that way, when when I'm bored and I'm out here with the cats, or letting the dogs go to the bathroom, I come out here on these piles and I just take and I chuck all the rocks to one spot. Um, and so then that way, when I bring my truck over, I can back my truck up to one spot. I can toss all the rocks on my truck, and then I can go and see every rock on this place gets handled a lot of times, but and then I go chuck them out of the truck wherever I'm wanting to build like a rock wall. And so I got a project up over here on the hill that I just dug out yesterday, and it's basically going to be like a hobbit home, and all out of rock, because rock's pretty strong and it doesn't burn, and it once it's placed there intentionally with a little bit of concrete, or um, really, you can even just balance them. You just stack them up and you just lean them back just a little bit, and they can support their weight really well. And so I'm going to be building. So basically, there's like a little hillside here, and I dug out a trench across it, and then so a cross-sectional view, you get the hillside coming down, and then it's cut off straight, comes back up like this, comes down. In that center section, I'm going to take and build walls out of rock on both ends, and then put like sliding glass doors on each end of the house, and then those rock walls, those will support the roof structure. And basically, the roof is just going to be some 2x12s. I'm going to build a framework that sits on top of the rocks, and yeah, so it'll be mostly a Subterra house, and it won't really cost me anything except well, it took me about 5 hours with the machine to dig it, and so for like under $200 with fuel, I was able to make a little road up to this spot and dig it out. So anyway, that's going to be one of the features that I have here at Hawks Haven. For a person to be able to come up and spend the night, like almost like an Airbnb, but but you just help out, or a voluntary exchange of energy. So I've got a lot of friends, and that's what friends do, is they just help each other out. I mean, if you would spend $100, staying in a little shithole downtown, give me $50 or give me $75, and come out and experience something truly unique. This is ways that we can be creating sustainable housing. This is ways that we can be living more symbiotically with the land, and all these resources. They're all just here and available to us when we start looking for them. And whatever, and what we don't see here, like the wood that I'll be using, it was all recycled material. The contractor was like, "Oops, that got smoke damage. We got to throw it away." I'm like, "Are you kidding me?" It got a little blackened, but nothing that damaged the integrity of the real 2x12 boards. Now you get a 2x12 and they're only like an inch and a half by 11 and a half. They fuck you at the drive-through, right? No. Anyway, that'll be the roof structure. Any nice little things, or maybe the end walls where the um, sliding glass doors are going to be. Those might be out of pallet wood, and you can take pallets apart, and then you've got 2x4s in the middle of them, and then you've got all of these planks on them, and I mean, you can really create cool stuff. I mean, just with junk. And junk is available all the time. I mean, if I had a crew of 20 people, we would be busy all the time. We would be picking up all the food from the restaurants and the grocery stores that they're throwing it away. We'd be picking up all the vegetable oil and the waste motor oil. We've got a biodiesel plant here to be able to turn that into combustible fuel for tractors and for our vehicles that run over the road. Cardboard. I pick up truckloads of cardboard. I pick up truckloads of bananas and strawberries and pineapples. And so, with compost and other resources, you can really create a cool homestead experience. And the best thing about this is you're not in competition with me because you're doing it somewhere else. And ideally, I wouldn't have a crew of 20 people doing all of this stuff unless those 20 people were also living with me, living on this property. I mean, in a city, you shove, thousands of people on each block. I mean, because like some of them are like sky rises, and out in the country, I mean, like I'm the only person within this 100 acres right now. Right now, I mean, just because my neighbors are gone, they're gone for the day. But my next closest neighbors, though, they're like 300 yards away, and so it's a really cool experience living out where it's peaceful. I get to watch the hawks and the ravens fly around in the air. They almost took out some of my chickens the other day, but I saw it, and it was kind of cool. Even if it cost me a chicken, at least I've seen a hawk dropping out of the sky and the chicken freaking out, and then the hawk missed, and so he swooped off and found an easier target. So anyway, this is one of the ways that we save a lot of money. Is we build our own resources and we make available and do with what we have, and it's really turning out cool though. So check out some of the pictures and check out some of the other videos.